To answer your question though, I like that you're taking the lead. I like that you're escalating on a lot of these situations. The thing, it sounded to me like you might have pushed it a little too far at one point, and that maybe caused her to like actually pull back. So in particular, I won't keep pushing. Like you guys said, you sat on the L, and it got to a point where after a matter of time, you kept moving, and like she kept moving to the point where you guys were
Yeah,
literally
actually,
in each
she
other's
pointed it
spot.
out. Yeah,
What?
she
She
pointed it
pointed.
out actually, and I thought it was actually pretty funny. So,
What did she say?
oh, she was like, "How did we end up here when we started over there?" And I was like, "I don't know. That's pretty funny, I guess." I just kind of like laughed it off.
Okay, so I wouldn't keep doing it to that extent. At a certain point, I would actually playfully call it out, because if you just keep doing it and you just, whether it's like when you're sitting on the couch or whether I'm even next to her and I'm just trying to escalate a little bit, I don't like to just keep doing it and just keep getting resistance or have the girl just keep like rejecting it, because after a certain point it makes you come off pushy and almost like thirsty. So at a certain point, I'll literally just call it out. Right. So there was an instance that came to my mind as I'm talking about this topic. There was a girl, um, she had only been with one dude in her life, and she was already dating him for a long time before they even got together. So we went on a date. I wouldn't call it a date. We were hanging out. It was a date, actually, now I'm thinking about it. But we went to hang what? Say something? Okay, maybe not. I thought I heard somebody talking. So anyway, we're sitting on my couch, and it's not even that big of a couch. It's probably like a two-seater, maybe a three-seater. It's like a small three-seater. And I remember we go to sit on the couch, and she intentionally sits all the way on the one side of the couch. Like instantly, she goes to sit down on the one side of the couch. Or not like back pressed up against the cushion, but she was like pretty close to the edge of it. And then so I didn't just start on the other side. I like went and sat down in the middle, or pretty close to the middle, if anything, slightly closer to her. And the moment I went and sat over there, keep in mind, I didn't like pounce on her, but I just sat in proximity to her. The moment I did that, I noticed she actually got up and moved away, not in like a freaked out kind of a way, but more in like a I'm gonna keep my space kind of away. And then the moment she did that, I was like, yo, I was like, relax. I was like, I'm not gonna like pounce on you or like attack you. I was like, it's okay. You could sit somewhat near me. I'm not gonna like do anything that makes you feel uncomfortable. Okay. Like I did that very early on. I didn't do it like instantly, but I noticed like when I went to move a little bit closer and she went to move a little bit further away, I just called it out. Literally just called out in a playful way though. Like you notice how when I just said that, I'm literally like laughing as if it's funny. I'm not like, are you uncomfortable by the way? I didn't really mean to make you uncomfortable. I don't say it like that, but I also don't not say anything and just keep trying to move closer to her, and she just keeps feeling more uncomfortable, because that's when you're going to get the girl to say, hey, by the way, I don't do this on first dates, kind of a thing. So the more I could just call it out and playfully call it out, and it's not a big deal, um it actually makes the girl feel a little bit more reassured, especially because I follow it with, I'm not like, hey, why are you being weird? I'm like, yo, like relax. I'm not gonna like do anything that makes you feel uncomfortable. All right. I think I even like exaggerate what I'm talking about. I'm like, yo, like relax. I'm not gonna like pounce on you or like attack you. Okay. I'm not gonna do anything that makes you feel uncomfortable. But like, like relax. I'm just sitting on the couch. So I'll even like, while I'm saying that and I'm laughing and she starts smiling, I'll even put my hand on her leg. I'll be like, it's okay if I touch you, like nothing bad's gonna happen. You're not gonna like melt or like turn to stone. It's okay. You know? I'll literally do this to like kind of like call out the elephant in the room and like release the tension and also put her at ease in a playful way without like backing down from it. And also kind of also tells the girl, like, yo, I'm still gonna sit this close. It's not like, I'm not gonna stop, you know. But I like to do that, honestly. And I noticed that um we didn't end up having sex that night, but what did happen is I did continue to sit at that distance, and then later on I started touching her a little bit, And then at a certain point, she said something that I was teasing her about, and I actually moved away. I actually was like playfully turned off or like crept out or weirded out, and I moved away from her. And I was like, okay, actually, I remember saying something like in a playful way. I was like, okay, actually, you know what? Now I think I need my space. I pushed her away and I actually moved away on the couch. I almost like low key playfully rejected her, pushed her away. And I played the card that she was playing, right? And then from there, and by doing all of this stuff, it actually makes the concept like I do it in a playful, fun, almost like it's almost like a little bit obnoxious to the point where the girl will feel stupid later on if she keeps doing that because I've already showed her it's not a big deal. I almost like playfully imitate her and do it as well. And then gradually we move back closer to each other as the connection and the vibe starts progressing in baby steps. And also keep in mind with women that are like this, it's going to be a slower progression. It's going to be a slower escalation. There's going to be like one or two steps forward and you really got to pull back several times. I don't It's not like the moment we start getting closer, I just pounce on the girl. I really took my time and like over the course of like 2 hours, maybe even 3 hours, we got closer, we got up, we moved around. We ended up sitting on my bed because my bed was actually like near the couch and almost at the same level. And then way later on, we ended up laying next to each other on the bed. Then we finally kissed. And then I think the furthest point that we got to was like we had like a 5-10 second make out, and she was kind of like jerking me off through my sweatpants. And that was as far as it went. And I didn't push the envelope too much either because I don't want, especially with a girl like that, you want to show her that it's not all about just having sex and that I'm not super needy for the sex either. If anything, like I'll push her away during the escalation. I'll push her away during the escalation and tell her to slow down because I'm just playing the card that she would be playing if I was the one pushing it that whole time. Okay, so by doing this, it lowers her guard, it actually makes her more secure and more comfortable with you, and actually makes her trust you more, showing her that, like, yo, it's okay. We're gonna take it slow, but I'm not gonna be a pussy about the whole thing. I'm gonna like playfully call it out. And by doing all that, it actually lowers her guard and makes her more comfortable with you. And even if you don't end up closing that night, you could probably still end up closing her second date or third date as long as you keep building it up that way. But if you never do that, you never call it out and you just keep pushing it, she keeps moving back, but then she moves to the other side of the couch, and then I start moving over there, and then she moves away and moves to the other side of the couch. That makes me look thirsty and needy, and like in her mind, she actually feels more um she'll feel the need to continuously distance herself, or even at some point she may just blatantly be like, hey, by the way, like I don't like to get with guys on the first date, and I don't even like to sleep with guys unless I'm in a relationship with them. Because you over escalated, and as a result, it starts to trigger a red flag in the girl's mind about like, dude's really just pushing for sex more and more and more. Okay, so you could see the difference between those two scenarios. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And by the way, if you want to work with me personally to implement any of the techniques in this video to become more socially confident, get more women in your life, build a bigger social circle, and really just dominate life in any aspect socially, I can help you with that. I'm the fucking guy for that, okay? Been doing this for a long time. I've transformed myself going from a video game nerd loser to becoming one of the top guys in the industry with this stuff, okay? So if you're interested in working with me personally, click the link below, click the link in the description, fill out the application, and we will be contacting you to discuss further details. Until next time, Coach Kyle signing out. Peace.